The New Earth Army. We already know what it is. How does someone sign up? How do you get involved in the New Earth Army? How does it move from knowing where we're at in the world, having a degree of awareness and consciousness that you understand what's going on in the large scheme of things? What can we do in the New Earth Army? How can you get involved, sign up, and start taking action?
A lot of people want to know this, so I'm really glad you asked. There's always something that can be done. No matter where you are in the world, you can get busy right now being a direct part or an indirect part of the New Earth Army. And you can log on to neweartharmy.com to familiarize yourself with what the missions are and who's involved. And you can also log on to earthbattalioncavalry.com to sign up with the cavalry. And I personally will help you to discover things that you can do wherever you are. Some of the most significant and important things that we can do is these cameras and computers and internet connections that we have. These can be utilized to dramatically make a difference in our lives. The camera, the video camera, the still camera, these are the #1 weapons of the 21st century, and especially for the New Earth Army. Pen's mightier than the sword, pictures worth 1,000 words, and video's more powerful than an army. And so one thing I've been doing recently to dramatically improve my life and the lives of others is by taking this camera and coming up with important questions for individuals, for business people, for people in positions of authority in government, military, or politics. You ask poignant questions and you give people the opportunity to express themselves. That alone will transform our world. People have inherent wisdom in them. Everyone is hardwired to the life force. If you'll just give them the opportunity to express themselves, and then to document it is a whole other level of evolution. Once you take a picture or make a sound recording or a video recording of someone's beauty, wisdom, or practical application of knowledge, it's a gift that keeps on giving for a lifetime. And now with the advent of the World Wide Web, you've got your own private broadcast television station. And there's no limit to what can be done with that. You can use video to promote and support whatever you're doing, whatever your cause, whatever your idea, your business, your organization. And when in doubt, just sit still until you know. Sit still and come up with a question, and then ask a person the question. And even if they don't know the answer, once the camera goes on and you ask the question, the answer can just come from the person magically, mysteriously. And specifically, there's basic and advanced survival, there's ecological stewardship projects and sustainable living, there's multimedia production, writing, photography, digital video, graphic arts, web design, and all different kinds of creativity that people can begin doing now with little or no expenditure. And every community, every village, every city on earth needs you. There's something that you can do right now to improve your life in your home, in your village, in your community, in your city, in your state, in your nation. And it's just a matter of taking that first step. You don't even have to know what direction you're going. Just be willing to take that first step, and the intelligent life force will accommodate you. And specifically, we can communicate. We can figure these things out together. What you're not able to do alone can be figured out with 2 or more. And just don't give up. Just keep going. Know that one person can and does make a difference, and there's always something that may be done. So it's just a matter of having the willingness to do so. Facing the fear, having the willingness to fulfill your true desires, whatever those may be. For many, it's travel. And I can tell you from having a lifetime of travel that when you're traveling, everything's provided. As soon as you start to get comfortable or want to take root or want to establish yourself somewhere, that can take a whole nother level of effort. And a lot of difficulties can arise because this is a changing universe. Our Earth is spinning at 1,500 miles an hour. It's hurtling through space at over 100,000 miles an hour. Everything's changing all the time. And if people will begin changing with the way that nature changes on a daily basis, then we can begin living in synchronicity with the life force instead of against it. And by against it, I mean anxiety, sickness, disease, death, destruction, violence, conflict, especially with close significant others. Most of this is unnecessary. 90% or more of the suffering in this world is unnecessary, and the suffering happens because I'm indifferent. The suffering happens because I'm inactive, or indecisive, afraid, judgmental, and it causes pain, suffering, destruction, and death, and it's avoidable. So not only can most of the anxiety, sickness, diseases, and death, destruction, and war be avoided, but the other 90% is opportunity awaiting any of us to be able to live, work, play, explore, discover, share the greatest that life has to offer. Wherever you are, whoever you're with, whatever you're doing, there's something that can be done right now to dramatically improve your state of mind, your feeling of well-being, and your effectiveness in your environment. Whether you're in a prison cell, or alone in the wilderness, or in the suburbs, which is where most of the people in this country are, or in the city. And you can contact me directly via 907-887-1316, and I will assist you in discovering what you can do and how you can do it. And otherwise, sit in meditation. Sit and close your eyes and breathe and pretend like there really is an intelligent life force and communicate with this life force. Say, Creator, if you're listening, thanks for this life. Thanks for all the hardships I've endured. What is the best thing that I can do right now? And you'll get an answer. And you may not like the answer, and you may not believe the answer. You may be afraid to apply the answer, but you will get an answer. And sometimes the answer comes while you're answering the question, or while you're asking the question. So it's important to pay close attention. If nothing else, meditation and creative visualization and decision making are all key things that people can do to begin dramatically affecting their life. For example, I get the insight to come to Alaska. I didn't really want to come to Alaska. I was in Hawaii, and winter's coming, and I was looking forward to a whole winter in Hawaii. But my intuition said, go to Alaska. And there's a way to know for sure what's intuition and what are the petty tyrants of the mind. And that can take practice, or you just take a chance. Follow your heart, focus on what's important, and put one step forward in the direction that you know that you want to go. Or just be still until you know. But avoid getting angry, avoid getting judgmental, avoid getting frustrated, avoid thinking that there's nothing that you can do. Avoid thinking that you're not empowered or that you're disempowered. Worse than terrorism, worse than evil, is a good man who's indifferent. Indifference is causing the majority of the trouble in this world, and you can change that around by making a difference, by beginning to care and beginning to use the power of your mind more than 6 to 10%. And when in doubt, just consciously breathe, and that will lead you intuitively to the next step. If it doesn't, give us a call. Log on to our websites. We'll do everything we can to assist you in going to the next step.